Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV extraordinaire, coming from Beckley's Camping Center today. I'm up here at NuCamp here in Sugar Creek, Ohio, and I'm here to show you firsthand the Cirrus 920 truck camper. Now, for more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you ask for the Air Force guy. And as far as for specs and so forth, I'll have that down below. And pricing, I'll have that listed at the back. At the end of this video, I'll actually have a price sheet showing you the breakdown, because it really comes down to the options that you say you want. There's so many different options that you can get, and that's really what it comes down to. So let's get on to this show through. So on the driver's side of the truck camper, this is where you're gonna have some of the things that you really don't need to get to other than when you're setting up, such as your generator. So if you're gonna be doing some boondocking, you've got a nice Onan 2500 LP generator. On the other side, I'll show you where you have the LP bottles. Down below in this area, this is just a little bit of storage, but it also houses your remote control for your jacks and the awning. Now, the beautiful thing about what they do here, not only do they give you one, they give you two as a backup, just in case for some reason you misplace it. Now, let's say for some reason the batteries go bad in here and you forgot to change them or bring a spare. They do have a cable here that you can plug into the inside, plug into here, and you're able to utilize that to put the awning out. So you have your regular one, and the spare one is actually red. So you're able to keep an eye on which ones that you maybe that you lost or misplaced. Now, besides this storage bin here, you can see you have a little electronics in there. Down below this is where you're going to have your battery disconnect. You're going to have your outside shower, which is going to be hot and cold. You have your dumps here and your low point drains, as well as your water heater bypass. That's all located here. Now, in order to hook up a sewer hose, that's going to be down below here, and you can see the low point drains come out there. Now, notice how it is an heated and enclosed underbelly. So you do have the heat being radiated down underneath of the underbelly to keep your tanks from freezing. Of course, you can see your electric, where you hook up your electric. This is where you're going to hook up your water hose, or carry water with you. Notice how you have a light, and it's a yellow light. Nice thing with that, it's not going to be attracting the bugs as much. The vent for the refrigerator, you've got one here as well as one up above, as you can see. And then, of course, your cable connection. And then, of course, you have the vent for over your cooktop. Now, you can see how the jacks, you can extend the jacks so that if you're putting this on a dually, you're going to have the room to get this past that. So that's the extended jacks, and they are electronic. See that? All right, so in order to use this, there's a little light that lights up over here. And what you need to do is, when you're pushing this button, if it's lighting up green, that is for your jacks. If you need it to light up red, you just hold it and you can see that the red light came on. Now, you're using these buttons here, you will see that the awning will come out. Now, as this awning comes out, it does have legs on it that can extend back to here to give you support for the awning. Now, also, in the event that you put it out too far, you just got to retract it a little bit. So now that you have it out all the way, what you're able to do is you can remove these legs from in here, and they come out and would go right against here. Okay, so to pull the leg out, sometimes it'll be a little tricky for you. All you're going to do is you just pull right here, and it pulls out. Now, on the other end, it pulls out a little bit, and it needs to clear that. That way it can rotate down. Now what you're going to do is you're going to locate this part. What that does, that loosens. So you're able to extend it. And all you're going to do is put it in the bracket, secure it. Now you're just going to straighten this up a little bit. Might help you tighten it the right way. And then it's in place. In order to put it away, make sure that before you do try to retract it, that you do put it away. Take this, put it away. Put it away, we're just doing the opposite. We're going to go ahead and loosen this first. Then you're just going to pull this out of here. This will slide. You want to slide this all the way back up here and then tighten it down. Now this will rotate up. Once you rotate it up and put it in place, then it'll go ahead and reseat back at this end. So play with it a couple times. You're gonna find it kind of be a little bit difficult to deal with initially, but once you get the hang of it, piece of cake. So to put it back away again, just push this, make sure the red button comes on, and then you're just gonna push the button and hold it. And there you have it. So now you're ready to start packing up and hit the road again. So also on this door side, of course you have your Alde exhaust. You got a little storage bin down here. That's nice and good size storage for you. Put your cord in there if you wish. 110 outlets. If you want to run anything out here, you know, coffee pot, Instapot, whatever. Black tank flushes on this side. Able to clean that out. And then in here, this is where your LP bottles are going to be. Now it is on a pull-out tray, and that is automatic switchover for your LP because you have two bottles, two 20-pound tanks. Nice thing with 20-pound tanks is that they're very plentiful. You can almost get them almost anywhere, the grocery store, the 7-Eleven. So it makes it very easy in the event that you run out of propane. Also, you see you have two awning lights there. The yellow, nice thing with the yellow is it's not attracting the bugs like the white lights. You'll notice you have a little antenna right there, and that antenna is for your stereo that's on the inside. Now on the 920, they made it a little bit easier for you as far as the batteries. They have it accessible from the outside, and they also put it on a tray that you can pull out. Now this is two 6-volt batteries. Nice and convenient. Now on the back, they have some torque lift steps, so if you're going to leave this on the truck, you can attach them here to make it easier for you to get in and out of the camper. Nice big grab handle, and you can see that you have a yellow light up there behind the ladder, a light up above the door, and then of course you have the backup camera, so you're able to see what's behind you. And I say backup camera, it's really a rear observation camera. You can watch what's behind you as you're driving down the road. Now to get up on the roof, you can see this ladder does latch up there, but it also straps on from a safety standpoint. So let me show you what it looks like on the roof here. So you see it kind of curves right there at the bottom. Makes it real easy for you to get up on this ladder. Now on this particular one, it doesn't have a roof rack, but you can get a roof rack. As you can see, there's one right there. It'll hold up to 180 pounds, 160 pounds, but this roof itself is good for about 200 pounds or so. And you can see you can get obviously some solar panels. Those are the flexible style solar panel. See the air conditioner up here, your TV antenna. So this is what the roof looks like, nice and clean. A lot of room up here if you want to come up sunbathe or just hang out. Now to turn on your jacks, what you're going to need to do is you need to push this button on. Once you have the green light, you're on. Now in the event that for some reason your remote did not work, you're able to plug this in here, this cable, and then you're able to go ahead and plug this into the top, as you can see, and then that will give you battery power so you can operate your jacks or the awning. So going on the inside, you're going to notice same type of door that's on the tab 400, as well as the same thing that's on the 820. So as you're coming in the door here, of course we already saw earlier, that's where you're turning on your awning. Here's where your generator is going to be controlled, as well as some lights for your camera, awning, porch lights, door light, and so forth. Let me just kind of give you a little preview. So on the 920, you're going to notice you're going to get much more counter space in here. Obviously, you know, you're going to a larger camper. Going to get a little nicer cooktop. Nice backsplash. As well as now you're going to get a little oven. Now, even though you have an oven, you're going to have a convection microwave. So you can use that convection. You can use it what we call half-time or half-bake oven, meaning you use a combination of microwave and convection, or you just use microwave. So you have a couple different ways of using that. And then, of course, for your vent fan for the outside, notice how high that is up off the counter, which is nice. Now, on top of that, you also do have the 12-volt fan in the roof, which you go ahead and utilize and open the window, and that will pull air through quite nicely. Now, this 12-volt fan can be used to either pull air through or dump air in. Keep in mind, if you're going to be pulling air through, make sure that you have a window open or some other type of vent or something open so that it's able to pull some air through. Now, on your counter here, you're going to notice you have a GFI outlet, and you have a charging station. You know, and I call this a 12-volt charging station. Not really sure what amperage is coming through there. Then, of course, for checking your tank size and your battery, you can check and see where you are in your levels. Ceiling lights, accent lighting, so you can see how when you turn your sink light, this is your sink light, accent lighting, which is behind the panel there. And, of course, your window. Now, with the windows, all the windows are going to have a privacy shade that comes up from the bottom or the screen that comes down from the top. One nice little tidbit of information is if when you open these windows, let's say that you want to utilize some airflow, but you don't want to have your windows unlocked, you can just push them out just ever so slightly and lock it right in that spot there. Lock all four of those, and that is taking it off the rubber, and airflow can come through there. Just remember that if you do that, make sure that you close it all the way for when you start your trip, because you don't want that air being forced through there and creating a problem pulling the window off as you're driving down the freeway. Now, of course, I mentioned the counter space, and of course you have your nice little sink here, a little bit larger sink than you have in the 820. And then when you're not using it, you have an additional counter space. Now, also on the door here, back here, if you wanted to leave the door open, you can always push that across. Now you have a screen door. Nice thing with that is you can see that it's a screen door, so you're not running through it like you might have done at home. So when you open up this front cabinet, you're going to notice they're going to have the specifications right here. And basically what this is telling you, the dry weight is 3251. That's with all the equipment involved on here. Of course, this is a nice little storage cabinet. And you can see for the manual awning for the back, that's where they store the handle. And of course, you can see the Alde. This is where you check your Alde level system. You're able to fill that when needed. Now for your bathroom, you're going to notice, of course, you have a nice little storage bin, so you put some different things in there. If you need to, hairbrushes, whatever you feel you need to store there. You also can hang some clothing and so forth off of there. Nothing too heavy though. But you can see you have good floor space in front of your toilet there. And then of course you see it does have the sink. And the nice thing with the sink is that when you're not using it, you're able to fold that back up in there. And of course you can see that you have your adjustable shower head. Notice the Alde heating system's in here. And your toilet paper is not going to get wet. Now you have this little access panel in here. It's a little storage bin. So it gives you a little bit of additional storage, kind of like if you would say, a medicine cabinet there. And up above, you see you have a vent fan. Nice thing with that vent fan, you don't have to have a window open. And then, of course, look at how big the mirror is back behind your toilet. So that is the bathroom. Now, I showed you up on the roof where you have there's a solar panel. Now, you're going to probably say to me, Paul, where is the solar charger panel that's in here? There isn't any. Nice thing what they've done is they've mounted, it's mounted down below this, so it's back behind the breaker fuse panel. But what you have is the type of solar charger you have is it's an app-based solar charger, so you're able to pull that up on your phone. Now you can see here your dinette booth area. Now this has, as you can see, this has the lagoon table. Some people will turn that table around and put a cushion back behind there. So you have 12-volt charging port there. And let me just jump up along here, just kind of give you another vantage point, let you see what you're looking at here. Notice your TV with a stereo, little shelf area. And then down below this storage here, you have 110, of course that's your LP, as well as the carbon monoxide detector. Now as far as from storage standpoint, you can see that drawer pulls out pretty nicely. You have 3 of those, plus look at how deep that storage is. Now obviously you're not going to have your owner's manuals and your wireless monitor stored in here, but that is pretty good storage there. They utilize every inch and maximize your storage capabilities. Now you're going to notice under your sink, good storage under there, and also notice that you have, from your Alde system, you have your heat register under there, and this is why this is a 4-season camper. So that's good storage that's up underneath your kitchen counter. Of course, you can notice how there's a full extension drawer glide here for you. So you have 3 of those, as well as one that's up underneath you of your oven there. You see, so it gives you some good storage. Now this refrigerator, this is your Norcold refrigerator. It's a 5 cubic foot one, and you can see you have a nice little crisper down below, your refrigerator, and then of course up top here, this is your freezer, and they got a cute little ice maker up in here. So that is your refrigerator. Now your storage up above your dinette, as you can see, you've got a lot of storage up there. Now you also notice it has the straps there, because if you want to fold this down, they don't recommend that you use it as a bed, but you could utilize it as additional storage. So you just keep the doors closed, that'll rotate down, the straps hold it, and you can see you have the little latches that you got to disconnect, and this thing will give you a little bit different additional storage. It'll hold about 120 pounds from what they tell me, but they don't recommend it as a bed. Something I forgot to point out when I was showing you where your lights and where you check your levels on your tanks and batteries is right above that is going to be your Alde system. Now notice it is the Alde Compact 3020 HE, which is a little bit of a step up from other Alde systems you might, the 3010 that used to be out there. Now you also have this little pull-out pantry. Notice how they have the net so things are not going to be falling out of there. A little lever right here to keep it latched once you put it away. Latches in there quite nicely. Now for your bed, this is an actual queen size bed, and you're going to notice that you have a Froley system up underneath the mattress, which gives it additional comfort. On either side of the bed, you're going to notice you have storage to the left and the right, as well as back behind you. Even in the headboard, there's a little bit of storage where you put things back down there, and then you're going to have cabinets on either side. And these cabinets, again, the doors go up. You're not having to use your head to hold the doors up. Now from the bed standpoint, you got really nice windows on either side. And then of course you have the stargazing window above you. So if you want to lay in the bed, have that blind so that you can actually see through the window. You'll be looking up, gazing at the stars. You see a blue reading lights on either side, as well as these bright lights on the roof here, on your ceiling. Now for your stereo, you can see you're going to have speakers up here, as well as above your dinette. Now you can choose to have an option to have stereo speakers on the outside. That's just another option, so you can actually have 3 different zones of speakers. Just give you another vantage point of what this camper looks like from here. You see your roof AC system. You also have a nice little TV up this way. So you actually play 2 different TVs if need be. Now something else up in that headboard there is you'll notice that you have 12 volt and 110 plugs. Now either you can charge your phones, iPads, things of that nature if need be. These blue reading lights to your sides, you also can have, they're blue, but they can also, if you push the button and hold it long enough, it'll actually be a white reading light. So they're twofold. Kind of a night light or a reading light. Now this is your AM/FM CD stereo with a DVD player. So this is going to play for you. But you also have the 2 zones, so that could also be taken care of from that. And it's Bluetooth. So if you want to go ahead and play music through your phone or iPad and so forth, you could do that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Cirrus truck camper. This is the 970. Now I'll have, after this video here, I'll have an actual price sheet so that you'll be able to see the different options that are available for this camper. But if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information will be at the end of this video as well as down below. But I do appreciate you watching. If you ever call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, be sure that you ask for the Air Force guy. Thanks for watching. I'll be coming back at you again soon. Take care.